What's going down, people? It is Friday, November 13th, 2020. My name is Mike Champy, BeatStars Community Director, and I am here for the road to 1 million streams. I got two really amazing guests, actually, three amazing guests, two separate brands. Let me just, I want to clarify that. I got Kenneth English in the house. Kenneth, what's going on, man? We had a little audio issues there.
What's up? Yep.
We got it fixed.
We got it fixed, though.
Awesome, man. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. I hope all is good with you. Thank you for joining us. And then we got two guys. I've been calling them by the wrong name for a while, but we got it figured out. Magestick, all the way from Germany, right? You guys are from Germany?
No, Luxembourg.
Yeah, we're from Luxembourg, actually.
Okay.
And my name is Andre.
And mine is David.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys joining us, man. I appreciate all you guys for joining us. I know it's a different time around the world for all of us, but we're here together for one common thing, BeatStars, and reaching 1 million streams. So it's a huge accomplishment. I just want to say that. Congratulations to you guys for hitting those numbers. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. And you guys have done it the correct way, in my opinion, and we're going to get into that and kind of find out how you did it. So yeah, let's just start there. I'll stick with you guys, Magestick. Let's talk about who you are and kind of, first of all, how did you guys meet each other, or have you known each other your whole lives? Let's start there and then go into kind of how music tied into your lives and then obviously into your careers.
Okay, so I will start just by saying that David and I know each other for a while now. We met in high school. We were like 15 or 16 years old, and we met at school, and we just, it happened that we listened to the same music, to rap music, actually to French and German rap music. And we came together pretty quickly in terms of musical tastes, and we just started to kind of love rap music and kind of start to write our own raps too, and it was at that time where we just were downloading beats from YouTube, like, illegally.
Yep.
But at that time we're just writing on beats, trying to rap a little bit, that kid stuff. And we just made music together. Actually, we just record each other and just try out different things, and that's how the love for the music began.
Exactly.
What year was this, would you say?
Excuse me?
Which year? What year?
Oh, that was back in 2007.
Yeah.
2007, 2006, 2007.
And let me take a guess. I'm going to take a wild guess here. Did you get started on FL Studio?
Yes, actually, yes.
Yeah, I always get
Yeah.
that right. That's the question. It's like whenever people are getting into music at that time with production, it's always FL Studio, I've noticed. So I was just
It's
curious.
true.
Yeah, it is. So okay, so you guys kind of met each other and started developing this chemistry on the musical side and liking rap. You guys are rapping, freestyling. We might have to have you guys do a freestyle before the end of the show.
Never.
Hey, listen, if you do it, I'll do it. But no.
On our beats then.
There you go, man. We'll put Kenneth's beats on. We'll rap over Kenneth's beats. But no, so you guys, all right. So you kind of developed this chemistry that developed into your love for rap, hip hop, and stuff like that, and you've developed obviously a love for music. So let's fast forward, I guess. Well, actually, so between 2007 and 2015, I'm giving a specific year, 2015. What happened between those years?
I think
in a summarized matter. You don't have to tell everything that happened every day.
Of course. I mean, we recorded 200 songs or something like that, and then we were just annoyed about not having like beats for us, So we kind of started doing our beats ourselves. And yes, in 2013 we started uploading on YouTube our first beats. But it was like only for fun, like just to know how people react to it. And yeah, till 2015 we started like selling beats and everything. So you have your summarize.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And the reason why I gave a hard end date at 2015 is I can see that's the year you joined BeatStars. So you've actually been on BeatStars for over 5 years. 6 years it will be in April. this coming April 2021. So 6 years you've been on the platform. I think that right there just speaks volumes, and it says a lot to people who maybe just joined and maybe, you know, haven't seen the success that they want just yet, or just maybe they're a little confused or whatever it is. It's just I think that in itself, 6 years is a long investment, and speaks volumes. So, okay, so joined in 2015. Altogether, you guys have uploaded that are still there 338 tracks. I say still there because you could have sold exclusives, maybe took some stuff down.
Exactly.
Yeah,
give or take some variants there. Okay, so 338. You have 338 tracks. You've recently hit 1 million streams, so it's a little bit over that. You have 33.2 thousand followers, and then lastly, your YouTube subscription base is at 240,000. So how do you feel your numbers translated? So you've been on the platform almost 6 years. Let's just say 5.5, give or take.
Yep.
And so between those 5.5 years, what was it like joining? And then kind of how did stuff progress along those years over the last 5 years, and how you've reached all these numbers? Were you uploading beats like, you know, once a week to start, and then you've increased it to 3 times a week, or kind of break that down, kind of just like what your strategy was and kind of how you got started?
Okay. So I think it's important to really make the difference between BeatStars here and YouTube, because we joined BeatStars 5 years ago, but the fact is we started uploading all our beats to the platform 2 years ago. So that means that we were more invested in YouTube, and like the strategy was pretty simple. It was really trying to stay consistent. I know it sounds cliche, but at the end of the day, there is nothing that compares to someone who keeps uploading beats, new music to the listener, and you know, trying to build a habit that people know. Okay, it's Wednesday, it's Sunday. We know that Magestick are uploading beats. Let's check them out. And I think our strategy was just like, okay, we were uploading a different genres of beats at the beginning in 2013, and we saw that the most videos that, like the videos that got the most views and the most likes, were like the sad beats, the sad piano beats, the simple hip hop beats. And we were doing a lot of stuff at that time. And since we noticed that the beats, which were sad and emotional, were taking off, so we just, you know, shifted our focus on that type of beats and just stick to it, really. And you know, it was about giving the listener what he wants. And once you combine these two stuff, so being consistent, uploading 2 beats every week for 5 or 6 years, and always the same stuff that people love at a given moment, you know, people just start to understand, okay, I need a sad beat. Where can I find it? I go to Magestick. And that was the first big thing that we did. And the second big thing that I have to admit as well, it was the collaborations. At that time when we started YouTube, you can maybe talk about how it went with your rap beats and stuff.
Yeah, with like those platforms that you can promote your beats, like you send them your beats, they promote it, like, and from those channels we got a lot of views. So you got also to invest some of your time, some of your beats on those platforms, and also the collaborations with other producers, like other kind of producers that do these piano beats and all that stuff. So you get also their fan base also, and for us also the hook beats, we kind of have to admit, maybe later when we check our beats, we will see all the hook beats are doing great. So hook beats is also like something you gotta have, or that we have.
No, man. Listen, I think collaboration is so underrated. In the production community, at least in the producer community. I mean, but like if you look at a lot of big songs on the charts, and just big songs, and just some of your favorite songs in general, in your personal catalog, I'm sure most of them have features on it, right? Featured artists, so there's collaboration between artists. And I've personally found out about artists that I never heard of through collaborations with an artist I have heard of. So it's kind of the same thinking, and I think that is something that goes undervalued in the producer community, is the power of collaboration, and the power of really sharing each other's fan bases with each other. So I think that's really cool that you mentioned that. I thought you were going to say there was a third thing that happened. It was meeting me, but I guess not. I'm joking. I'm joking. But no, awesome story, man. I want to shift things over to Kenneth though, and kind of talk about his backstory, man. So same thing, Kenneth. Like, how did you get involved with music? I'm very interested in that with our members. It's because I feel like everybody comes from a different background, and something different has influenced them. Whether it's like a family member who was a musician, or you know, their brother was a musician, sister, whatever it is. Is there anything like that with you, or is music? Are you kind of like, you know, first generation into music? I'm interested to hear that.
I think I'm like first generation, but it was always kind of pushed by like my parents. They would give me like drum sets, guitars. So I was always playing with music. I was getting like mixers at 10 years old. I don't even think I was talking about producing, but I was just getting them as gifts. So I just gravitated towards it more and more. Then once I got to high school, I wanted FL Studio like them, like they were saying, wanted to rap, wanted to do all this, wanted just to create. So that's pretty much how I started, got into it. It wasn't like my parents were musicians or anything.
But they supported you, and I think that's really cool. I think it's cool they gave you some positive hobbies to have, you know, outside of video games and stuff that, you know, which, yeah, listen, you can make money off of video games nowadays, you know, but still, I feel like music is a little bit more of a positive reinforcement. So that's dope. What year was this? You said you kind of learned FL Studio and kind of got into it.
About 2009.
Okay, so almost the same time as these guys, 2006, 2007. It makes sense because everyone around that era who was getting into making beats, and I just know this because a lot of my friends were getting into it at that time as well, and FL was, or they were producers and shifting from hardware to FL. So it's kind of that era, that time was really big for FL, man. It was a huge impact. Had on the music industry, man. So you joined. I want to talk about your join date. So you joined in January 2017. Since then, so you've been here. It'll be 4 years in like 2 months. In January 2021 gets you right. 4 years. You've uploaded 375 tracks that we know of. Of course, if some sold exclusively, you've taken them down, whatever. So around that number. You've hit 1.8 million streams, 20.5 thousand followers, and your YouTube is still great. 42.6 thousand subscribers. So kind of the same question I asked these guys. When did you really notice the impact, I guess? Because what I'm trying to get clear to people watching who maybe be newer and stuff like that, they have to understand that this is a yearly process, multiple years process. You're not going to see everything you want immediately. Some producers do. And then I think newer producers then start comparing themselves to those producers, but it's like, you can't do that. You have to understand that everybody's journey is different. So like, how was yours? How did you kind of fully develop into kind of where you are at now?
Like you said, it's definitely a grind. It's definitely a grind. Even when you see some producers hit the platform and looks like they hit the ground running, like it was probably years before that was coming. So when I started seeing traction, honestly, it was relatively quick. It was like the first month I had a beat and it went to 100,000 views. It was like my second beat I posted. So after that, I was like, I need to keep posting. I need to figure out how to get more consistent. What's the possibility if that happened? So just made me want to go harder.
Was this, so when you're saying you were posting and this hit 100, you're talking YouTube, right? Is what my assumption is.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of started out on YouTube as well. And then in your opinion, what do you think? And I didn't ask you this, Magestick, and I should have probably asked you, but I can ask you guys after this. Same question is like, kind of, when did you, or like, what do you think you noticed from translation from, say, YouTube, social media, or whatever else you're using to promote yourself, to BeatStars? Like, what has like the translation been from traffic that happened on there and translated over to sales on your BeatStars store? And then also the marketplace, how has that affected your sales and kind of like your interaction playlists and things like that as well? Oh, Kenneth, sorry. I should have specified that was for you, but I want to ask Magestick because I didn't ask them that question. I do want to ask you the same question. Excuse me. My bad, Kenneth.
Okay, for YouTube and BeatStars, how they relate, a lot of times if you could get views on YouTube, it's going to translate to BeatStars. And it's just gonna go. But also you could like market, put some money into BeatStars. I've been doing that. It really shows, it really helps like the marketing on BeatStars, just to have a inner thing. You don't have to guess like as much with YouTube, because you know everybody there is there to create music. YouTube, somebody just may be listening. So
Exactly.
Yeah, I try to explain this to people when it comes to labeling their beats, and I've given up because it's too much volume. But you really don't even need to use type beats or any type of terminology on BeatStars, because you're already in a place where you're gonna get those results. The whole point of using type beats was just to bypass all the other traffic on YouTube. Like if I type in Drake and without type beat, it's gonna probably give me Drake music and videos. If I add type beat, it's then gonna give me beats that are like Drake. So that's the difference. BeatStars are already on a platform where there's music being curated and available. So that's a whole other topic. But so your process from start, day one, right, has been YouTube, post to YouTube, have the link obviously to your pro page or wherever you're driving it going directly to the beat. That's kind of been like your scenario of what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that all you've done besides the BeatStars promotion over all these years, or has it just been consistently uploading?
It's just been driving. Like they said, consistency. People repeat it so much it becomes cliche, but that's really the main for it's consistency. Consistent with your sound, consistent with your uploads, consistent. You have that and you keep hitting, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, listen, I don't think we're being consistent enough about talking about consistency, because I talk about it. Honestly, I talk about it all the time. We talk about it on every one of these shows. If you go back, there's a consistency segment. I might even chop a clip up from everyone just to make a consistency playlist. But it's not talked about enough because people still aren't listening, because I still see the same things, people complaining or just having an issue. And then I take a look at their store and they got 6 beats up in a year. I'm like,
exactly.
It's not going to cut it. It's just not, there's too many other people out there doing this and having more consistency. You could even have the best sound in the world, but if like you're not putting it out there, you're not giving people what they want, and they're going to find somebody else. So, I mean, you got to treat it like a business. So I think that's, you can never talk about consistency enough, in my opinion. But Magestick, I called you Magestick. Majestic. I did it again. I'm horrible with this.
It's okay too.
I know, but I feel bad, man, because people call me Tramp, Trump, Chomps, like all these different names. It's Trampy, so I feel bad. But no, same question to you guys. How have you seen like the correlation and kind of like it transferring over from YouTube to BeatStars, and then also the marketplace, how that's has that done wonders for you, like playlisting and things of that nature? Has that helped as well on the actual marketplace?
Talking about YouTube, it's really interesting because we might be one of the few producers who don't use type beats. We never use artist type beat. We really just put sad emotional hip hop beat, and this is also something that might have helped to our success, because we were always labeling our beats, even deep music to write lyrics, that kind of stuff we wrote in the titles, just to be a little bit different from others, and that sometimes happened to get some of our beats really like hundreds and thousands of views, and now with you have so many Chrome extensions which help you to see if your videos are ranking well and stuff. We saw that with those tags, with those keywords, we were ranking, so we stick to it pretty much. So that's the first thing I wanted to say about YouTube. But how it converted to BeatStars, I mean, like Kenneth said, we really saw that people coming from YouTube directly to the beat link, to the beat, and purchase the beat immediately. And for the marketplace, definitely have a lot of sales from the marketplace. But again, because we don't use Drake, Tyga, whatever, we just use sad, deep storytelling and all these more broad, if I can say it like that, keywords.
Well, they're descriptive. They're descriptive terms, man.
Exactly.
I think that even if you're using an artist, I think always adding some type of descriptive term with it always is beneficial. Instead, if you say you're going to use Drake and instead say use sad Drake, like you're just giving yourself more variance and more ways for people to search. You know what I mean? Exactly. So I dig it. I think it's cool, man. I think it's a cool way of doing things, and I like that approach. We actually just talked about this morning. I do this little live every morning from 8 to 9 a.m. just to talk. It's literally just research. We just look at front-facing research from Google Trends or TubeBuddy or whatever it is, and we talked about correlation between your tags, your description, and your title. So if your title's sad Drake type beat, maybe inside the description, you don't have to just duplicate sad Drake type beat, but maybe you can say, hey, check out my new sad Drake type beat called blah, blah, blah. Because what it's doing is when they scan, like when YouTube's algorithm scans, it like matches these things up from what I gather from talking with TubeBuddy and experimenting on stuff with myself. It's like this correlation between everything has to match up. That's going to give you the best shot. It's not just about adding a billion tags in your description because you think it's just going to hit all of them. It's more about the correlation and the watch time and stuff like that. But listen, we're going to do a whole YouTube beat show. But it's not about that. It's about you guys right now. So let's play some joints, man. You guys want to listen to some of your tracks and let,
of course,
on the chat see. Oh, actually, Bufo had a question real quick. I'm going to put it up. This is specifically for you, Magestick, I believe. It's right up on the screen. So, Mike, can you please ask him if they're using tags, keywords in multiple different languages? If so, how different is that approach compared to tags in English? Does type beat exist outside of English? Question mark, question mark, question mark. You need a 3 question mark for this one, not one.
It's a very good question. Was it for us? Yes.
Yes, it was for you, I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. That's a very good question, and he's totally right. So using tags and keywords in multiple different languages, yes, sir. And we use it in English and in German because we really are targeting. We know that our most, like our biggest community audience in this case are Americans, and then right after that are Germans. So what we use is like sad emotional beat, whatever, everything in English, and we use sad beats in German language as well, because we know that people are also looking for that kind of stuff on YouTube. There are a lot of German rappers and German people looking for beats, and they type in German. So that's a very good question, and yes, we use it. And does type beats exist outside of English? Of course, you have a lot. Any artist, French or German, have type beats. Like literally, you can look it up on YouTube and you see on the suggestions. So
exactly.
So do you think it would make sense? Because I honestly was not aware of this. I'm not even going to lie. This is interesting to me. It's something now I want to.
Cool. It's a great question.
I want to look into this more myself. So, in your opinion, would you think it would be good advice for, okay, say Kenneth is uploading his beats and he's looking at his data and his analytics, and he notices that he's getting a load of traffic from, like, I don't know, like Vietnam or something. I don't know, I'm picking somewhere random. Should he then go figure out the tags in Vietnamese to put into the type beats? Like, do you think that would be beneficial? Like, if your traffic is saying you're getting it from this country, would it make sense to do your due diligence and understand kind of the terminology and how they would look stuff up to really kind of pound that audience and really hopefully turn conversions into sales?
I mean, I know for a fact, I know a producer personally, and well, we know a producer personally, a friend of ours, actually. I don't gonna mention him right now, but he really uses he uses Google Translate for the keywords, and that's not a lie. He really uses Google Translate for Spanish, and he makes a lot of views. He's a big YouTuber and a big producer on YouTube as well. And yeah, he even uses like other languages for titles, even Chinese and Korean. So
smart.
Yeah, it exists, man. It's crazy. So
that is crazy,
yeah.
man. Guys, I think everybody needs to go look at their analytics and see where they're getting traffic.
Definitely, of course.
On their YouTube, on their BeatStars, I mean, you should be doing this already. You should have an idea of who your audience is and who's buying and listening to your stuff. So,
yes.
All right, cool. We're gonna listen to some beats. I'm gonna start off with Kenneth's stuff here. Let's pull up your BeatStars. Give me 1 second. I'm about to share my screen. Chrome share. I think this is it. All right. Let me know if you guys can see. Should be loading.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Do I have the right? Okay. Yes, I do. Perfect. All right. So let's take a look here. So I did some research earlier, and I was looking at his tracks. Again, if you guys don't know, you can do this. This is all front facing. This isn't some like secret magic trick that only I can do. You can just go to whoever the producer is, go to their page, go to their feed. Obviously, most likely you're going to land on their feed, but then click tracks. And then you can default, or you can search by all these things. We're just going to pull up his top selling tracks. So it's not going to tell you how much money he's made, but it's going to, you know, give you an idea of which ones he sold. So
wow. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
oh, for real? Yeah. This is listen, and I think this is good for other producers to do, not so they can count your pockets because they don't know. I mean, you're if you sold 3 beats for a total of $100, dude, you know you're going to rank 1, 2, and 3 for $33 and some change. It's not really. So that's not the point. The point is, what I'm recommending is I think it's cool to kind of if you're seeing people on the platform and you're just aware of somebody's brand, or even just you like their stuff in general, whoever it is, you can search by these things, whether top selling or most played. It will probably change a little bit because most played doesn't always equate to top selling. But what I'm saying is you can look at this stuff and then get a gauge and an idea of, okay, well, this is kind of like what they're creating, what people really like from them. Like, interesting. Okay, I have something that sounds like them. Like, they did this and this. It's not about copying them, but it's about the influence and kind of how they've tapped into a different market. That's all I want people to look at, and just kind of see, and just dissect it and realize how it came about. So that's what I'm recommending. But let's play some tracks, man. So your top track selling, at least, is called Proverbs. 65.1 thousand plays. Kendrick Lamar, Anderson .Paak. Let's open it up and see who else we got. We have Isaiah. Dope. So a lot of TDE influence vibes here. I'm going to like it. We're on my page, I just realized. So let's check it out. So it's a Kendrick Lamar inspired beat. You uploaded this kind of February 20th of this year. So, I mean, it hasn't even been up for a full year, and it's your top selling beat. So there you go, guys. Tying back to he's been on the platform for 6 years. His top selling beat is something he uploaded not even a year ago. So
Crazy,
I think that's a cool thing to look at. All right, let's play this. Check it out.
Kenneth English. Kenneth English.
Kenneth, first of all, that beat is fire. Crazy vibes on that joint. Did I hear a Freeway ad lib in there, or was I hearing things?
No, that's not a freeway ad lib. Sound like it, but it's just a Vox from a drum pack going that part, right?
No, not that part. All right, listen, I'm gonna do this post show, man, because I swear I heard Freeway in there. But listen, it's your beat. You'll know if Freeway was on there or not. But I swear I heard a little like that little Freeway, that Philly, So it's recognizable. All right, but it wasn't it. Dope beat though, man. Incredible.
Crazy.
What like when you upload a beat though too, like, I ask producers this all the time, and they always expect the beats they love that are going to do good, but then it's always the beats they don't expect that will end up blowing up. Is that the case here? I mean, seeing now that it's your top selling beat, was this something you knew was going to do well and you uploaded it, or did you feel a different way than maybe another beat you've uploaded? Like, do you get that feeling or intuition or anything like that?
Sometimes, yeah. Like for that beat right there, no. I just thought it was another beat I was posting. Just another way to stay consistent, and then took off. Like the one under it, that one, I felt like that's an example of a beat. I'm like, okay, this is gonna go.
Yep. This is gonna do. I mean, it's got 62.7 thousand streams. I don't even know how close this to the other one is in sales. Like why it's number 2. It could be very close. I don't know. But I mean, it feels like you've honed in on this like Kendrick Lamar tag, like, and it's just not. And this vibe is that kind of just. Is that kind of your niche and kind of what you feel like you're the most comfortable doing and what you love to do? And was this calculated to where you're like, I'm going to hit this? And then lastly, sorry, this is like an 8-part question. Lastly, do you recommend people doing the same?
I'll start off with the last question. I do recommend doing the same, like finding a keyword or a style that fits you and then just going full force once you see that's what people like from you. And it wasn't calculated at first. It was just more so I gravitate towards that sound. Like Kendrick's probably my favorite rapper. So I'm just already going to make stuff that kind of sounds in that lane.
Makes sense. Kendrick is my favorite rapper too. I had the pleasure of working with him from 2007 through 2009 and J-Rock and
that's tight.
Incredible. Yeah, man. Incredible experiences seeing that guy go from, ground up, the whole TDE crew. But yeah, man, amazing. All right, well, let's check this out because I'm excited now to listen to this one and kind of get the feedback from everybody. So let's check out Theme for You.
Kenneth English. Kenneth English.
Yo, man, vibes, dude. Total vibes.
Yeah.
Love this joint too. I have multiple questions now from listening to this one. First of all, is that you singing on the track?
Definitely not. I wish. I wish.
All right. Number 2, is that you on your tag?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. I was trying to put the two voices together, but I wasn't sure. But I like that, man. I dig that. I think it just shows like how much fun you can have with the music outside of just the beats.
Exactly.
You can do other things like do your own tag or throw some ad libs on there yourself. Whatever it is, like just spice it up. Another amazing track. Really like it. And what I noticed too, man, for all of us on this call right now, 2007 through 2009 were some pivotal years because you guys touched on just learning FL and joining, both you from those years. I just told you about I worked with Kendrick and them from those years. So it's really interesting how it's all tied back together for us on this call. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Dope. Let's listen to one more. Let's just see what else we got here. I think the next one we had was I think I messed that up. I wanted to do top selling. Let me see. Okay, still the same. All right, so the third one is Elevate. So this is very interesting to me. Your top 2 selling beats, 65, 62, 15. What do you think that is? So you just
I think
it's luck, or and this came out in 2017 too. So you're talking about an older beat. When did this one come out?
It came out 2016. I uploaded 2017 because that's when I joined BeatStars. It came out like almost exactly 4 years ago.
Something happened though, man. From like your 2 top tracks are from like almost the end of 2019, the beginning of 2020, and then your top selling track was in March 2020. So you had a good run right there, man, around the holidays into the next year and this year, like 2020, because both these tracks exploded. And then this one is from 2017. So all right, let's listen to this. But I just found that interesting how it's like they were kind of close to each other, and then this one's kind of so spread out. Okay, Kendrick Lamar, Elevate. Man, you were really going in with the tags back then, bro. Untitled, unmastered typing. I don't think anyone was searching for that. I'm playing. All right, cool. Let's check out Elevate.
KennethEnglish.
Okay, so we got some different vibes, man. I like them. But definitely just some different vibes from the first two, man. Now that tag you had on there, that actually sounds like Kendrick Lamar a little bit. You almost had that pitch, that kind of pitch that Ali used to put on his voice, man. I dig it. Tell us, like, so this track, man, so you said you actually put it out 2016. Was this something that performed well on YouTube as well, or is it only that kind of did well on BeatStars?
It's funny you mention it. Like the question you said earlier, what do you expect to do well? I almost didn't put this out, and it's my most viewed on YouTube. And until this year was my most sold. And I almost didn't put it out because I had it a few months and then it just exploded on YouTube.
You want to know? You want to know why I think it exploded? I'll give you mine. So I also rapped. I was also a rapper, so I do have a music background. And as an MC and as an artist, this beat would be really easy to just find a pocket and just get in and go, and you could flip it in numerous different styles. And I think that is something to be said too. I think simplicity is key, and it's not mean simple. It doesn't necessarily mean it's like, oh, it's simple, it's basic. No, it means it's not overthought, but still musically, it's very like well designed. It's well put together. So, but I think sometimes people overcomplicate it by too many sounds or too many whatever it is. I think this is just a very simple beat for anybody to get on and rap, but it's still dope. Like it's got a vibe to it. So I that's what I think, at least from like an artist standpoint. But dope, man, super dope. Let me pull up.
Definitely, man, fire.
Good. Majestic rocking with you guys. So actually, this is a good time to bring up my my connection piece that I do every time on the show. Have you guys ever collaborated together?
No.
Nah.
You guys should
do something.
Yeah, man. This is what we do. I try to bring people together who have never met and then try to get them to collaborate and see what happens. So
definitely.
That would be kind of dope. Hell yeah, man. All right, let me pull your guys' stuff up. Share my screen back. Chrome tab. Boom, boom, and boom. All right. Give that a second. All right. We're going to go to tracks.
Pikachu.
We're going to go to... You guys nervous?
No.
I thought I heard you talking like, oh shit, he's gonna pull up our top selling track.
No, we were laughing about the thumbnail from our emotional playlist. We just started out with playlists.
Yeah, someone told us to do it.
Someone told us that playlist would be a good thing. So
I wonder who that was.
Yeah, and so we just used that Pikachu for a thumbnail, man.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. That's funny.
Oh, okay,
All right.
great.
So here we go with you guys. So you've already mentioned that you don't use type beat terminology. You use a lot of descriptive terms, storytelling, sad. Here's a Meek Mill one actually.
Yeah.
You guys lied to me. No, I'm joking. But no, I see what you're talking about. How your stuff is very descriptive. Your stuff is interesting too because from like a top selling standpoint, you saw how Kenneth had 2 tracks up in the 60s.
Yeah.
And yours are kind of a little bit more like 20, like 26, 25,000, and they're kind of different. Then I've talked to people like Ant Chamberlain and Chris Ritz Beats, and these guys have 2 beats that have like 400,000 streams on 2 of their tracks, and that's their top 2 selling. And then the rest of their stuff has like 1,000, 2,000, maybe a little bit more, give or take. But it's very interesting to just see how some people are very top heavy, and then other people are kind of more like balanced. So I think both you guys are kind of balanced, though. Just to point that out, nobody has like one beat that's like 400,000 streams, and then everything else is nowhere. It's pretty balanced altogether. But all right, we're gonna check out Die Young. We're gonna check out Never Lose and My Path.
Yeah.
I might need this Meek Mill beat too, man, from you guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's check out and see what we got here. So this came out April 21st, 2019, the day after 420. You guys are probably ready to rock and roll. All right, let's check it out. Hook, Sad Piano, and Juice WRLD. Here we go. Die Young.
This
Wasting
is
time with the
Magestick.
cigarette. You're like smoke inside my lungs. Get me high, but give me death. They say I'm old enough to die young. Thinking blindly as I regret. Without a high, I'll lie alone. Fill my lungs up one by one. La di da 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 da. Wasting time with a cigarette. You're like smoke inside my lungs. Get me high, but give me death. They say I'm old enough to die young. Thinking blindly as I regret. Without a high, I'll lie alone. Fill my lungs up one by one. La di da 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 da.
Man, oh man. Woo! That's a banger right there, man. I can see why that's why you're top selling beat. Holy cow.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Shout out to Dubby. Who is Dubby Got Bars, man? Who is this guy?
He's an Atlanta-based rapper, songwriter, and he's pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of stuff for us, actually, and he also released his own music.
Says he's from Pennsylvania. You sure he lives in Atlanta?
Oh, okay. So he's living now in Atlanta, as far as
Got it. Okay.
So he's from Pennsylvania, but he's been in Atlanta for the last couple of years, I believe. Yeah.
Got it. No, the reason I asked, I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so I was curious. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Dope, man. That's really cool that you found someone like this to collaborate with and put on your songs, and on your beats. And actually, listen, beats with hooks is a huge market. It's a huge thing. You gotta remember, like, we're in 200 plus countries, and there's millions of people visiting BeatStars every day. Not everybody has access to artists, right? So
yes.
If they want a hook and they don't have any singers, it's easier for them to come on BeatStars and purchase a non-exclusive or exclusive, whatever it is, and get the files and go. Instead of trying to track someone down, hey, I want to pay you to do this and that. Not saying that's not possible, but especially now in today's COVID age, it's much easier to buy beats with hooks, and I think it's a huge market that's going to keep growing. So this doesn't surprise me that this is your top selling beats, guys, because it's amazing. So good job.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man.
Also, what's funny about Hook Beats is that people from all over the world rap to beats with hooks, regardless of the language, because we've seen
Yes.
songs in India and man, I don't know, in India, Italians using the English hook. So it's weird sometimes, but
Yes.
nowadays there are no rules for music, I guess.
None. It's gonna listen. If there are any, they're gonna get even slimmer because I feel like as we grow specifically and just things are getting more open to the world and not just being just about the United States or just about Canada or even Germany or wherever anybody is from. It's going to be more open, and I think BeatStars specifically is opening that path too for people to meet and for people to collaborate and for people to just make music together. And at the end of the day, music is I think the world's language, man. So you don't have to understand what somebody is actually saying with the language, but you can feel it. You can feel their emotion. So that's what's crazy about music. And I think you guys definitely are doing that with the sad emotional. It's grabbing people's emotions.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It just makes sense. I'm just trying to give people clarity who are watching this to kind of understand why this stuff is performing well. All right, cool. Let's listen to Never Lose. Let's actually open this up real quick. So this came out January 20th, 2019. Okay, and you collaborated with Brianna, it looks like, who is one of my favorite singers. T-Fred, not sure about this guy, but we'll talk about him after. Let's take a listen to this and see what's going on. Never Lose. Let's go.
This is Magestick. I wish I wasn't in my head so much. I wish I wasn't in my own way. Cause if I really learned to trust myself, I would never lose. Nah, 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 I would never lose, no. I wish I wasn't in my head so much. I wish I wasn't in my own way. Cause if I really learned to trust myself, I would never lose. Nah, 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 I would never lose, no.
Yo, man, another incredible beat with hook. I'm a huge fan of Brianna, so I'm going to be biased right from the jump, but she's absolutely she's. I mean, the beat's amazing too, but she's absolutely amazing. Her voice,
she's crazy.
So what did T-Fred do on this? Did he just write, or was he actually on this that I didn't get to, or something, or what was his role in this?
Good question, man. This business side of things, she just said add him as a collaborator, and
so we
cannot say.
No, that's cool. It's probably co-wrote this, something like that. So totally got it. Understood. Okay, cool. You know what I would love to see from you guys, from Kenneth and you guys, just by listening to your stuff again here live on the session, I think a dope collaboration with you guys would be kind of like a Kendrick Lamar vibe with a hook. Something like that. You guys mash something together. That would be pretty dope. If you do it, let me know. Maybe I'll rap over it.
Okay, cool.
But no, it's I think that'd be a cool mashup. Let's check out one more of your tracks, and then guys, listen, we're almost an hour into the show. I told you it moves fast. We'll wrap things up, but let's listen to My Path. So this seems a little different. You've had two beats that were with hooks and kind of had a similar vibe. And now we're going to get into something with no hook, it looks like, and it has a Meek Mill vibe. So I'm expecting a different style of beat. This came out in 2018. Let's see what we get, man. Let's see what we get with My Path.
This is Magestick.
Definitely could hear Meek on this, on that build up. Yo, man, dope stuff. I could definitely hear Meek on that build up.
Thank you, man.
I like it, man. From 2018 too. So we're approaching a 2-year anniversary of this beat in less than a month. So happy 2-year anniversary. My path, but no, dope beat, man. I like it, and it's interesting. These were the top 3 you had too. I think, vibes overall. I was expecting this track to sound like something else for some reason. I was expecting some really dark, like aggressive Meek Mill beat, but this was definitely in line with him for sure. But still had your stamp on it, which I think is another cool sign that you can make stuff that maybe is for an artist that traditionally maybe has like a trap sound or something people may think, but you can still put your spin on it and still hear that artist. So I think it's cool what you guys did with your branding, with this sad storytelling, this emotional tagging. I think it's dope, man. I think it's really dope. And honestly, I think you guys are the first people I've had on that have had something outside of an artist. I could be wrong. I don't want to say that'd be wrong, but I feel like you guys are. But I could be wrong. But overall, man, really amazing stuff from both you guys, and I should say both of your brands. There's 3 guys here, but yeah, man, I've had a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about using different languages for tagging. I had no idea about that. I think a lot of people learned that. We taught Kenneth how to see his sales. To see his front-facing sales. We've all learned a lot. No, guys, listen, I really appreciate y'all. Kenneth, man, talk to the people. Let them know, where they can find you. Your BeatStars page, your Instagram, whatever else you want to give out. Just let them know how like they can connect with you. And obviously, if anybody wants to collaborate too, if you're open to that too, how would they get in touch with you for that?
Yeah, you keep getting me all Kenneth T English for Twitter, Instagram. My email, KennethTEnglish@gmail.com. Yeah, so my YouTube is just Kenneth English, BeatStars Kenneth English. But yeah, that's how you get in contact with me and find my stuff.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time out. You could have been doing anything in the world, but you chose to be here with us. So, man, appreciate you. If we could give you a round of applause in the chat, we would give you one. We need to get a chat. We need to get one of those in here. Can we get one of those in here, please? Come on, man. We need a clapper. Magestick, you guys, same thing. Where can people get in touch with you? Instagram, social medias, your BeatStars. Obviously, if you're open for collaborations or if you have a submission process, just let everybody know how they can do that.
Of course, yeah, you can find us on for Kenneth, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We put also our tag in here on the screen. So you can follow us there, write us message. Also for collaboration, we are open for it. Like on email, you can find our email also on YouTube, like in the description of every video. And send us melodies. We are open for everything.
Awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate you jumping on as well. Sounds like somebody's dog needs a walk, so I'll let you guys I really appreciate y'all for jumping on. I've learned a lot from you guys, and we're proud to have you part of the BeatStars family and being such a positive force inside this, because you could easily be non-humble and just be like, yeah, on the ship, but no, everybody I have on the show is super humble and down to earth. So I just want to say thanks to all you guys. This show, past, present, future, I'm sure, is everybody who's coming back to speak to the community for free. This isn't something we're charging for. I think it speaks volumes, man, and why I love BeatStars so much. Everybody's so willing to help and collaborate and just help each other out. So thank you, both you guys. I want to hear that Kendrick Lamar with Hook collaboration. I'm not playing.
We'll try to set it up for sure. Man, but shout out to you. Shout out to you and to BeatStars for making everything possible, man. I think it's not said enough that if it wasn't for the platform, we wouldn't be here. Yeah. So,
and vice versa, man. We could have a platform, but if we had no awesome members, we would just be talking to ourselves all day. So listen, it goes hand in hand, guys. And I think that's what you can take from this is we need each other. This isn't, we're against this person, we're against that person. There's too much competition within music, specifically hip hop. I mean, you've seen all the trauma that's happened in the last. It's horrible, man. We need to come together more and actually fight for each other, not against each other. There's enough for everybody, in my opinion, and that's kind of what I've been preaching and what BeatStars has been preaching is that we're trying to help everybody out and get everybody in the entrepreneurial mind state. So, thank you guys. Let's definitely all stay in touch. Have a great and blessed weekend, and everybody in the
You
chat,
too.
thank you for rocking out with
Thank
us.
you,
And
thank you.
have a good weekend. Thank you guys. All right,
Thank
guys,
you.
we're out of here.
Thank you.